Story 1. Someone was hiding under the bridge. I used to think the walk home was the safest part of my day. A quiet stretch of road, a small bridge over a shallow canal, and a straight shot to my apartment. Nothing ever happened there, until the night something finally did. But what scared me the most wasn't what I saw. It was what I heard whispering my name. I was coming home from a late shift at a small convenience store. It was nearly 2 a.m., cold enough that my breath looked like smoke. The town I lived in was quiet, too quiet sometimes, and the only sound was gravel crunching under my shoes. My earbuds had died earlier, so I didn't have the comfort of music, just the wind and my own thoughts. When I reached the bridge, I paused like I always did to look at the water. It was shallow, barely knee-high, but the darkness made it seem deeper. The bridge itself wasn't special, just a concrete arc with rusted railings and graffiti from local teens. But that night, as I stepped onto it, the air felt thick, heavy, like something was waiting. At first I blamed the shift work exhaustion, but then I heard it, a single sharp exhale coming from underneath the bridge. Not an animal, not the wind, a human breath. I froze. Another breath followed. Slow, controlled. Too controlled. I took one step backward, my foot scraping concrete. The thing under the bridge reacted instantly. I heard gravel shift. Water splash quietly, like someone shifting weight and trying not to make noise. Someone was down there. Someone who didn't want me to know they were there. Fear pushed me into motion. I sped up, walking faster, trying not to run. Running felt like it would trigger something, like prey breaking into a sprint. Then I heard it. My name. Soft. Barely a whisper, but definitely my name. Daniel. I hadn't seen anyone. I hadn't told anyone I was taking this route. And whoever whispered didn't sound confused. They sounded confident, like they knew me. I kept walking, heart pounding, trying to convince myself my brain misfired. Maybe it was the echo of something else. Maybe someone across the road. Maybe Daniel stopped walking. I froze mid-step. The voice was directly under me now, right beneath my feet, under the bridge. My whole body locked up. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. All I could do was listen to the sound of someone shifting beneath the concrete slab I was standing on. I didn't respond. I couldn't. The voice got quieter. Calm. Too calm. I've been waiting. Something scraped along the underside of the bridge. Slow. Dragging. Metal against concrete. Like a knife sliding across a wall. That snapped me out of paralysis. I bolted. I ran so hard my lungs burned. And even then, I didn't stop looking over my shoulder. But the road behind me was empty, a straight, open stretch with nowhere for anyone to hide. I didn't calm down until I reached my apartment, slammed the door, and locked it twice. I thought that was the end of it, but something about the voice haunted me. It wasn't random. It knew my name, and that bothered me more than anything. 2 days later, I decided to go back to the bridge during the day. I wasn't sure why. Maybe I needed proof I wasn't losing my mind. Maybe I needed to make the world feel normal again. The water was low like always. The underside of the bridge was visible from the bank. I climbed down carefully, heart pounding even in daylight. There were footprints. Deep ones. Fresh ones. Human. But what scared me wasn't the footprints. It was the object sitting beneath the center of the bridge, half tucked into a crack in the concrete. A phone. My old phone. The one I lost last year. I picked it up with shaking hands. Dead battery. Screen cracked. But there was no denying it. This was mine. Someone had found it. Kept it. Followed me. Waited for me. I dropped it and stumbled back, my legs turning weak. Just as I reached the bank, something glinted beneath the bridge, etched into the concrete. My name. Not lightly scratched. Carved. Dozens of times. Some old. Some very new. The newest one was carved deep enough that the concrete around it looked freshly pulverized, as if someone had spent hours digging at it with a knife. Beside it was a message. Come back tonight. I'll say it again. I haven't walked that route since. I take the longest, brightest streets I can find. I keep my head down. I don't look at canals, bridges, shadows, anything that could hide someone waiting. But every night, around 2 a.m., when the world goes quiet, sometimes I swear I still hear it. My name. Soft. Patient. Coming from somewhere very close. Too close.